St. David's, how you doing? Howdy, howdy, said. Happy New Year, folks. 3/4 of an hour from the bells tolling. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing a quick live tonight because I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna spend some time with my dad overnight tonight. So I'm not doing my usual midnight till whenever. I'm going to be on for about maybe 3/4 of an hour, something like that. Happy New Year, Boris. How you doing? Long time no see. Haven't seen you in ages. Joseph, welcome aboard. Michael Carr, hi. How you doing? So I've been trying to cram in a fair bit of stuff this evening before I go out. I've been working on another one of these style pipes where the shank comes out of the side, and it's going quite well. I haven't decided what I'm doing with the rim, if I'm just going to leave it like that or if I'm going to do some work on the rim, maybe do a half sort of curved rim, maybe. We'll see. I might still do a little bit more shaping on there, and you can see a very subtle little bend just there. So once that's bent down, that'll give a nice S shape, hopefully. And I've also made a start on another pipe, because this one is really down to shaping now, to hand shaping, sanding and stuff like that. And I've got another pipe which is on the go. You can see the grain in there, but I haven't even cut the block yet. I've only just squared it off and just looking inside to see what the grain looks like. But what I'm trying to do is make this a really fancy pipe. So I've actually been spending time just on the stem before I've even made a start on this. And this is the stem work on this is inspired by a pipe by Rainer Barbie, or Rainer Barbie. If you've read the Richard Carlton Hacker book, one of the pipes on the cover of the book has this profiled stem with a spiral on the stem, but a very interesting spiral. And this is kind of inspired by that. It's not exactly like it, but it's inspired by it. And it's still sort of very early on, but you can get an idea. And imagine that being bent as well. It's going to be made sort of not as thick. I've still got to sand it quite a bit, but the outline of the spiral is really good. Very happy with it. It's really my first stem of this style. I've done some where I've done a little bit of shaping on the stem, but not the whole stem. So working sort of the curves round so that they follow round in a spiral, that just takes a bit of work. And I'm liking the way it's looking. So you've got here, you can see this curve which goes around there like that, and that's what I'm sort of aiming for. Obviously being 9mm, you've got to be careful. So you've got the thickness there, you see that thickness there, but imagine that the rest of the stem is in there. So if I go too deep with the shallow part, I'm going to hit that. So I've got to be really careful with that, at least on the first curve. Afterwards I can go thinner, and you can see I have gone thinner, but I might go even thinner than that. So yeah, I've had this blank. I bought I think 4 blanks a good while ago. I used one of them on Steph and Skip. On Steph's, she commissioned a prince, or we call it a princess, a long time ago. They ordered a his and hers set, one for Skip and one for her. So they had one which was similar to that, and this is another one, and I think that's the end of them. I've only got this and that. I tell a lie, got one more. Can't think of a username, I like that. So these are the ones that I've got left of these blanks. Hey Mark, how you doing? before I forget, if you want to enter my competition, it finishes, the cutoff time is 6 p.m. UK time tomorrow night. So that's going to be around lunchtime for you guys in the States, or for most of you guys. I know you've got different time zones, but for a lot of you guys, it's going to be around lunchtime tomorrow on New Year's Day. So after him, Mark. Cheers, no worries, thank you. So if you want to get in with a VR or just a comment, just listen to the video and then comment appropriately down beneath that video. So you got a chance of winning one of 3 pipes or 2 sets of tobaccos. I think I'm going to fire up this cigar. I'm not going to have an opportunity to smoke a really special cigar tonight because I'm going out, as I said. I started this one on Friday, so I'm going to finish it, or at least continue it anyway. And then perhaps tomorrow I'll pull out a special cigar for the New Year's live. Yes, I'm on Facebook. Search Simon Bosco. Simon and Bosco, Bosko, or search LCS Briars. So maybe for the live drawing tomorrow, which is at 9 p.m, all being well, I met you, TPI. I think I said hello to the other Mark earlier. So tomorrow 9 p.m. is going to be the live show, which will have we'll do the drawing on that. Trying to think of a more interesting way of doing the drawings. Usually I do the drawings using a number cruncher on a spare phone, and I show it to you as I do it, because one of the most key important things for me is that it's transparent. But to do it in a hat, putting out a name from a hat, that's going to be very time consuming to prepare, because there's going to be something like 100 names to do, which I don't fancy doing. Maybe 80 names, something like that. So what I might do is create an Excel sheet of all the names, 1 to whatever it is, 70 or 80 or something like that. And maybe I'll just put numbers into a hat, 1 to 80 or whatever the number is, and then just pull out a number, rather than writing out all the names. Maybe I'll get one of my kids to help me with the drawing. That should be nice. Partagas D4. You're already ahead of us. Of course you are, Boris. Nice. D4 is always a good smoke. I had a D6 a few days ago, but I'm running really low on the D6s now. I think I've got about 10 left. One of my boys is actually on the way over to you guys. He's going for a few days to Las Vegas. He's on the plane right now. I'm going to ask him maybe to try and get me some cigars. If any of you guys know of a good cigar place in Las Vegas, or a pipe tobacco place in Las Vegas, please let me know. I don't know if he'll be able to get to it, but I can ask him at least. Last time when he went away, he went to Spain, and we did a live call, a WhatsApp call, which was very cool. Hey Robert, how you doing? Happy New Year. He did a little shop tour showing me what there is in stock, so that made life a lot easier. Casa Fuente in Vegas. Let me write that down. Casafuente. Still unwell, Mark. Sorry to hear that. I assume you've had various blood tests and whatnot to see why it's going on so long. But either way, wish you a speedy recovery. As speedy as it is, at least from now. It hasn't been speedy till now. In Caesar Palace. I don't think he's going to the Spielers, as it's called in Yiddish. He tells me he's not a gambling man, but I don't know. He claims he's not going gambling. He's just going. He's going till Thursday, I think. Cheers, Robert. I was sick by the third day, and then need to get back. Yeah, the pipes have, although there's quite a few pipes on my website now, they're all reduced. Plus, there's still a 10% discount on top of those reductions, if in case anybody's interested, using the discount code ThankYou22. So you've got all the pipes on there are reduced, plus another 10% if you use the code. A New Year's gift, perhaps. Always trying to flog pipes. But personally, I mean, that's just me. The latest pipe, I think, is a steal at that price. It's an amazing pipe. Really, really gorgeous pipe. One of the best ones of the year, to my eye. Aside, of course, for some of the Crown series, I did get somebody did ask me about the Crown series. Am I doing any more? And what my plan is, I mean, that one of the castle, you know, the main one, and that was just something that was just sort of on another level, even for me. It was just it was like a one-off, a real, you know, there's actually two really special pipes. Hey, Troy. So the first one that I did the brick effect on, the first one, that one was very nice. The one that I had the ER engraved on it, laser engraved. But the one afterwards, where I'd already kind of perfected that brick effect a bit more, that one was something else. Anyway, so for the Crown series, what I plan to do is first, on the anniversary of the Queen's passing, I'll do a few Crown series pipes then, and probably each year I'll do that, all being well. But also, on the coronation, around the coronation of King Charles III, I plan to do some then as well. I've got to come up with a design for that, for Charles. I'm just taking a photo of the recipe that Mark has just put up. So I think he'll be either 77 or 78 at the time of the coronation. Hey, Daniel. If you didn't get it, Mark, Welsh Piper, just hit me up and I'll send you a picture of it. I'll send you the picture of the recipe. If you can't be bothered to write it down, just send me a message and I'll send it over to you. I'll just send it to you anyway. I'll send it to you now. Save you messing about. There you go, done it. Sent me the message. Yeah, so he's either 77 or 78 at the coronation. So I'll probably do something like that with the bricks. On the Queen's one, I did 96 bricks, which is the years of her life. So maybe I'll do something like that for Prince Charles, for King Charles. Hey Chip. Garden Piper, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. I'm just keeping a close look at the time because I've got to go in about 20-25 minutes. It's going to be a short one tonight. It's a good cup of coffee. Yeah, so this is the new sort of thing for me, pushing the envelope a little bit, doing a new sort of style on the stem. Yeah, so what I was saying to you was Rainer Barbie, he's got a on the cover of the Richard Carlton Hacker book. So that right there, so that's the style of the stem there. I don't know if you can see that. So obviously mine's 9mm, so it can't be as thin as that. But this is kind of rough shaping so far, and it's looking really good. I'm very happy with it so far. And as far as the block's concerned, as I haven't drawn anything yet on the block, but it's probably going to be a fairly traditional sort of free-form so it's going to be something like that, but I might do some contours, some scalloping on the full height of the bowl to kind of blend in with that. So we'll see. I might do that, or I might even do paneling, you know, like a hexagon shape around the bowl. Haven't really decided yet. I've got to really see, because it's not the widest block in the world. So it will still have to be sort of oval in order to get a decent size on it. So it won't be a round, and it won't be a perfect hexagon. So it'll be panelled, but I have to see. I mean, maybe I could even do a square with panelled off corners. Maybe didn't think of that. I might do that. The options are there anyway. Have I made pipe with platter on the bottom? Well, one of the pipes in the giveaway has exactly that. It's actually not a filtered pipe, the only one that's not filtered in the gore. And the plateau on this one is exceptional. It's the best plateau I think I've seen on any of my pipes. That's the plateau. It's like a moon surface. It's just amazing, this plateau. So that's Volcano. This is one of the prizes, by the way, in the giveaway. It's a non-filtered pipe, this one. The hand-cut stem, ebonite brindled stem. It's a limited edition German Sem ebonite. And that is in the prize draw. I'm giving that away. But I've made plenty, no shortage of them. pipe number 3 is the small Dublin. Oh, I might as well show you guys the prizes while we're here. This is pipe number 1. So this is like an apple type pipe with a very early eldritch material for a shank extension there. That's number 1. And number 2 is the one I just showed you. And both of those are unsmoked. Number 3 has been smoked, but only very lightly. That's a little pocket pipe, a Dublin. Grain on this is like 4-star material. Just amazing, beautiful straight grain, almost all the way around. Yeah, call it flame grain, but there's a lot of straight grain in there. Grain all the way up the side, and then we have an amber flame eldritch shank cap. Lovely little pipe, lightweight, beautiful plateau on the top there. Really, really nice. Lightweight pipe. I mean, you've got somewhere between £500 and £600 worth of prizes right there. And the other prizes is two tobacco prizes, which is a McBaron Vanilla Flake and Cult Blood Red Moon. That's one prize. And the other prize is Dunhill Elizabethan. Dunhill, not Peterson, it's Dunhill. And my own blend Jubileum, 100 grams. So 2 nice sets of tobaccos and 3 pipes. So all told, probably in the £600 to £650 region worth of prizes had I been selling them. But these are pipes which I haven't put on my website for one reason or another. Although the Volcano had been, actually, which just didn't sell for whatever reason. But all drilled well, good smokers, we have no issue with them whatsoever. There's no issue with them as such, but they've been sort of, as I say, not put on the website for very long, if at all. So at the end of the year, I thought it was a good time. I've been wanting to do a giveaway for a long time, so I thought I might as well end off the year. It'd be a nice way to say thank you to everybody for your support, and for the people who have supported my website, my pipe output, my social media output, my videos, whatever. The 375, cool. That's the similar shape to that one, the latest one. The bowl at least is a similar shape to that. Cheers, Chip. Well, the drawing is going to be, there'll be 5 drawings, so it won't be winner takes it all. It'll be 5 drawings, and unfortunately you won't be able to choose. So whatever, if anybody's lucky enough to win, they'll win what they win. Otherwise it gets a bit ridiculous and hard to manage. Hey Michael, Westmoreland Piper, everybody. Had a re-entry into pipe smoking recently, and has just started a channel on the YTPC, and he's got an intro video out there, so check him out, Westmoreland Piper. If you win one and you don't want it, then of course I'll happily redraw. I'll be doing it live, so we can do it there and then. I got no problem with that. I'm just checking Michael's channel, see what number he's up to. Alright, he's now up to 37 subscribers. It's creeping up. You'll hit your first 100 before you know it. Nowadays, with the way the WTPC, you know, the round robin goes around, you can reach 100 quite quickly. It's getting beyond that. It's quite challenging. That'll depend on your input, really. Oh, nice. I'll have a look at that, Robert. Thank you. I'll look out for your email whenever you're ready, and I'll have a look at your videos. I do pop in. I think I saw number either 2 or 3 in your 12 Days of Christmas. I didn't watch all of them, I admit. Westmoreland is Michael, yeah. Yeah, you do whatever suits you, Westmoreland, Michael. No pressure at all. It's when people do things out of their comfort zone when it doesn't really work. So you do whatever's good for you. Absolutely. Do one a year, one a week, once in your life, whatever. There's no rules. The first rule of Pipe Club: no rules. I have 3 of the days. Oh, nice. Well, I'm honoured. Thank you, Robert. I will definitely go and have a look. And I was also very honoured when Michael Westmoreland Piper also featured a pipe that he bought from me. If you read his, if you watch his video, his background, he was a pipe smoker like 30 years ago, and then gave up, and then came back in. And he started, I think, on a corncob, and then bought one of my pipes. A freeform, a beautiful pipe, lovely grain, and that's actually a good pipe to start on because thick walls, a nice sort of pipe to chill, sit back in your armchair and just relax. Doesn't have to be a clencher as such, you know. So thank you for that, Michael. Appreciate that. I kind of been wanting to treat myself to a pipe. You know, I mean, I do every so often, but the thing is, the way it works is that when I make pipes, I always try to make them to be pipes that I want. But I've never actually made one specifically for me. It's just that if oh, the Skogward, right? Okay. So sometimes if I put a pipe up, and I'll say in the video when I show it that if it doesn't sell quickly, I'm taking it for myself. So often it will sell, and sometimes it doesn't, and I'll take the pipe for myself. But I haven't really made a pipe specifically for myself and not put it on the video. In other words, not put it out there for sale at all. And I've got one block. This is a block I got in January 2019, and this is a block I got from Northern Briars. I've written on it NB so that I know which one it is. And And I'm always grateful to Ian Walker of Northern Briars, because he started me off with my first stock of Briar. He sold me 20 blocks, and when I went through them in short order, he sold me another 10, and then after that I realized that he didn't want to sell anymore, which was fair enough. He needed stock himself, but it was very nice of him to sell me 30 blocks. And this was, I had one more, and I said, I'm not selling this last one. I'm not you making a pipe out of it. I'm keeping it for myself. And I suppose I've been keeping it for a time when I feel that I'll be able to make a pipe worthy of it. And truth be told, I could have done that now for a while, but I've been holding off. I mean, it hasn't got a particularly special grain or anything like that. It's got grain, but it's not a particularly sort of straight grain or anything like that. There is nice grain in it though, but I've kind of been holding off. I'm thinking maybe in the new year, maybe I'll make myself a pipe. Gotta really think about shape. It'd be a real killer if it turned out it had a major flaw in it, wouldn't it? That would be a joke. That would be God giving me a message. It's not the lightest block in the world, but see what we can make out of it. Kendall cream, I don't think I'll want, but it's very nice of you, Mark. Kendall cream has probably got some, what's his name in it? Lakeland. If it has, I'm not interested in that. Watch City 7, Watch City 558, I'll look them up because I like Watch City blends, the ones that I've had so far. I'll take a photo of that as well, and I'll check them out later on. Yeah, I mean, what's his name's talked about that a lot. Phil Rivara, and he's talked about that a lot. And yeah, Boris wants some of that. But the truth is that the people who need to have that are the Briar sellers, people like Mimo, those kind of people who are Briar cutters and Briar sellers. If they were to use these, if they were to use an X-ray machine or some kind of gram machine which could see through the wood and check out the density and see if there's any flaws, they would lose a lot of money, because they'd have to throw away the ones that have got flaws. And then how do you decide? You know, sometimes you get a bit of a pit, which is fine, you can rusticate it and it's okay, and you get some which will end up just in the bowl where you happen to make the bowl. You know, I suppose they could start marking it exactly where the pits are and how deep it is. It becomes unmanageable. And to be honest, I mean, I've used predominantly Mimo Briar, and I've had, you know, thank God I've had very good experience with his blocks. So he knows what he's doing quite clearly. You know, that they will know, the people who are really expert at briar cutting, who really know the trade, and have been at it for generations, they can usually tell by the block and see what kind of life it's led when they're cutting it up, if it's had a hard life, if it's had a tough life or not. You can't be sure, it can't be 100% science, but they can usually tell. And if they're honest and they see a block which has been had a rough life, they'll just chuck it. And it would be another stage which would have to be paid for. It would be expensive to invest in, and it would make Briar far more. It's already expensive, but it would make it even more expensive because they would probably have to throw away a percentage of the blocks. So it's basically the status quo is that you take your chances. If it would be an unacceptable percentage of blocks that you have to throw away, then people wouldn't be able. It wouldn't be sustainable. So clearly it's an okay status quo, and I think you get what you pay for as well, in my experience anyway, because when I first started I bought cheaper Briar from cheaper sources, and they were junk. Almost every block had pits in them, like catastrophic pits, not pits that you could rusticate or sandblast, but they were catastrophic. Not really, because when you've carved the block and you've drilled it and then you've found a pit inside it, there's not much of the block left. You haven't got a straight run to make a tamper, really. Maybe out of the shank, but once you've drilled that, you can't do much with that either. Robert, there's an art to everything. You know, at the end of the day, people who specialize in their field, they specialize for a reason. I say this about tobacco blending. You know, you have people like GLPs or the Tarlers. You know, Craig Tarler, the late Craig Tarler of Cornell and Deal. You know, these people, whether you like their blends or not, but at the end of the day, they've sort of fine-honed their skills to a fine art. And they know what they're doing. So when lots of us, we all play around with tobacco, we mix up tobaccos. I can't tell you how many different blends I've tried to make. And there's only one and a bit really, that's ever worked. It's London Fog, which has really stood the test of time. And also mixing Orley Golden Sliced with a vanilla roll cake, which is really just diluting vanilla roll cake, let's be honest. It's not really a blend, you're just diluting it a bit. So for me, the only one that's really been a thing has been London Fog. Out of all of, and I've tried many different mixes. So, you know, everything is an art. Well, 5 minutes to midnight, people. Phil, I mentioned you a couple of minutes ago. I've just turned on the BBC just to see where we're up to with the fireworks. It'll be on soon. Yeah, I mean, that's what people were talking about getting X-ray machines. Like I said before, Phil Rivara and I have talked about this before, but the practicality of it is just, you know, yeah, Boris, 100%. I mean, BS Flake is, you know, I would have bought more if not for the price and the difficulty of getting it. The Danish Pipe Shop don't really ship overseas anymore. Do they ship to Scandinavian countries, Boris? Yeah, I mean, that's another thing, is the time it would take. Absolutely, Phil. It's just not practical, I think. How do you get it to Sweden, Boris? It is Sweden, isn't it? They ship to you, Boris? Anyway, so as I was saying, this is my Northern Briars block. He's at a New York party, a New Year's party. So maybe 2023 is the year that I'll actually use this. I've got to come up with a shape that I'd like to have. Maybe it'll be this shape. Maybe I'll do something like this again. I don't know. Maybe I'll do another rosebud, maybe a taller one. I did one recently which came out so nice. It was a little bit taller, but the shape of it was just so beautiful. I'll tell you which pipe number it is, just if you're interested, because I think that's probably one of the best rosebuds that I've done. That's a number 689. Check that one out. Oh, Finland. I always get it wrong. Sorry, Boris. Oh, is it midnight? No, it's not quite yet. Oh, it is now. They got Sam Ryder singing. I remember watching him just doing some songs in his room at home, and he's a big star now. Where's the fireworks display? It's usually on the BBC. What the heck? They're late. They are late. What's with the bass?
This program contains flashing images.
Sorry about the sound, guys. drones. Happy 2023, everybody. Drones are so cool. London calling. Very appropriate. So good. Bum, bum, bum. Cheers, Tree. Happy New Year to you too, buddy.
More than 1 million people take to the streets of London for London Pride. 50 years since the Gay Liberation Front organised the UK's first Pride March.
Just another gentle reminder, everybody. My giveaway finishes tomorrow, 6 p.m. UK time. You can leave a message on my video, on my earlier video, or you can leave a VR. The drawing will be live 9 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Get your entry in. 3 pipes being given away, 3 LCS Briar's pipes, and 2 sets of tobaccos. miss you, Your Majesty.
Farewell, ma'am, and thank you for everything.
That's the 50 pence coin with the Queen on it.
As stewards of this
I find this very moving, I must say. Really do miss her.
and our actions alone that will determine its future. I find it very moving.
Yeah, she was the longest reigning monarch, yeah, I think ever. I don't think she's been the longest in the world, but certainly in British history. No, I'm not sure, could be even the world. Love, love, it must be love, 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 nothing less than love. Yeah, I'm afraid so, Phil. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed that. It's coming to an end now. So it just leaves me to say Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks all for your amazing support. Thanks to everybody that makes up the YTPC, whether it's the viewers, the presenters, people just watch. It's an amazing place, as I mentioned in my giveaway video, and I feel privileged to be part of it. I'm sure you all do too. So I'll just say thank you very much. I'm going to sign off because I've got to go out. Happy New Year. Looking forward to a great 2023. Catch you on the next one. Cheers, Josh.